Good evening and welcome. Tonight we'll be going over the history and geography of Thailand. I'm so excited, not just because it's Thailand, such a fantastic, beautiful, amazing country, but it's also the last official country in my Countries of the World series. I did it. I'm excited. So it's very exciting to finally be at Thailand. I've been waiting for this for so long. We've got Topple the elephant here to celebrate, not just to commemorate the end of this wonderful series, but elephants are very, very important to the culture and people of Thailand. So Topple has amazing ASMR ears. So let me put him up to the mic real quick. You can hear his ears. Oops. His ears are really quiet today. Let's do some there I am. There we go. Super neat. We'll do some trunk brushing against my microphone up here. How's that? There we go. Okay. I forgot that I adjusted my mic settings so the spot that I normally brush him at is turned off, but that's okay. If you're a longtime viewer, you know that I always wear a ring and I have it off for one of the few times in my life. I just moved to a place that is 3,000 feet higher than where I was living at sea level. My hands and feet have been balloons since I moved here, especially in the morning when I wake up. So I took my ring off today, just kind of letting my skin relax around there so it's not so constricted. But yeah, it is what it is. I also have like lizard skin now on my feet and hands. It's whatever. We're going to talk about Thailand tonight, though. I'll probably go more in depth about that on a live. So anyway, Thailand. Thailand typically has 4 sections of geography. The first one is up here. This is the Thai Highlands, and it's very, very, very mountainous. The highest mountain in Thailand is actually right about here or so. It's Doi Inthanon. And it's up here that you get mountainy, foresty. Thailand in general is very forested. Very forested mountains over here. This section over here is historically known as Isan, and it's home to the Korat Plateau. Used to be very jungly, but was leveled out after years and years and centuries of deforestation to create farmland. So now it's very plain, but the most fertile area of Thailand is here in the, I just blinked on the name, Chao Phraya River Delta Valley. The Chao Phraya River, which runs through here and then becomes a delta and has lots of tributaries going through. This is where the majority of the rice farming happens, and it's also the big city area here. You can see the capital city of Bangkok right there. Let's see, and then we move on to this section down here. This is known as the Kra Isthmus. The Isthmus of Kra. And it's down here that it gets very, very like thick rainforest. Think like that thick, humid Southeast Asian jungle. It's definitely more down here than it is up here. And it's down here that you'll find the largest island of Thailand, Phuket, which is also a huge tourist hotspot. It's here on the Andaman Sea, the Indian Ocean. The other side of the isthmus has the Gulf of Thailand, technically part of the Pacific Ocean in South China Sea. Thailand borders 4 countries. Down here you can see the border with Malaysia. Up here we have the border with Cambodia. Here's the border with Laos, which consists of the Mekong River up to there, and then up into there. And then this long border here is with Myanmar. They have this part the isthmus. Thailand has the rest of it. And for the most part, that is the basic geography of Thailand. After we go over history, we'll flip through this really great book. Look at this cover. That's so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous temples and maybe like palaces. It's fantastic. We'll see a lot more of the landscape in this book after I go over the history of Thailand. So the first peoples would have settled in what is now Thailand about 20,000 years ago. Rice cultivation started about 2000 BCE. But the first and early kingdoms in this area were not Thai kingdoms. There were various different ones in the region. We had the Funan up here. We had the Mon kingdom, the Khmers, that area. What else? The various Malay kingdoms would have been up here, the isthmus. The Thai people did not arrive in this area until sometime between the 6th and the 11th centuries CE. Slowly they would have crept in from what's believed to be northern China / Vietnam and established their farms here. In 1240, there was a rebellion of Thai peoples against their overlords from Khmer, and they established their own kingdom, which is known as Sukhothai. And it was the first big Thai golden era, especially led by Ram Kamheng. He created the Thai script that is still used today, and he heavily promoted Theravada Buddhism, which is still the primary religion in Thailand today. Meanwhile, up in this area, in 1292, the Lan Na kingdom was established near Chiang Mai, and they were separate for a long, long time. We'll talk about when it wasn't separate. The glory days of Sukhothai faded, and by the 1400s, Ayutthaya rose to power. You can see Ayutthaya is right here. Became a very powerful kingdom, would overtake the Khmer at one point, and was huge, even bigger than Sukhothai. Very powerful. And they pushed against their neighbors a lot in wars and things, as you can imagine. They established contact with the Portuguese in 1511, and that began their trading with mostly European powers, in particular not just the Portuguese, but mainly the British and the French. Of course, the British are over in this area in India. The French are over on this coast in what's now Vietnam. So they had these two powerhouses kind of slowly creeping in on them. But so that wouldn't happen, the kingdom went into an isolationist period where they kind of locked everyone out for a long time to keep away outside influences. But that would change in 1765. Ayutthaya and Burma over here, covered up on my book, which is now Myanmar, clashed a lot. And in 1765, Burma invaded, and in 1767 would burn Ayutthaya to the ground and take it over completely. Out of the ashes of that, just a few months after actually, a man named Thaksin would rise to power and established the kingdom of Thonburi, which was just across the river from Bangkok, and made that the new capital, and attempted to rebuild what once was, and actually did a very good job of it. They reclaimed a lot of the land. This is when they're united with Lan Na up here. Essentially, you would create basically the borders of Thailand today. But Thaksin, in his later years, was believed to, well, according to the story, he went insane. So there was a coup against him. The new leader would become the king of Rama the first king of the Chakri dynasty, which is still the kingdom that rules over Thailand today. Now, during this next period of time, when they would move the capital to Bangkok and start to establish the Thailand that we know today. There is a lot of political dances to be had among the various kings. They negotiated treaties with the European powers, which began encroaching onto their land, giving away parcels of land so that they won't invade and take over like they were doing to all of their neighbors. Thailand was never colonized by the Europeans because of this. There were also various regional wars that happened for the next couple of hundred years in our timeline. We know which would wear Thailand down. Well, Siam, it was known at this time, I should say. This was Siam. And they also began to modernize, pretty much taking the elements of European civilization that suited them and implemented it, like, railroads and hospitals, things like that. But not Christianity. Still very Buddhist. Let's flash to 1932. A bloodless coup led to the creation of a constitutional monarchy. So up until this point, Siam had been an absolute monarchy. Now they had, governing powers, and in theory, the people would get to vote for their leaders. That wouldn't happen for a long, long time. But this is when Siam officially became Thailand and established a more structured but chaotic government. I won't get into all of the various coups that would happen in the government since then. Just know that the monarchy has held strong through all of the governmental shifts that have happened throughout history. Just keep that in mind. In 1941, World War II is in full swing and Japan invades and essentially, takes over the government, and the government complies so that Japan doesn't, completely raze the country to the ground. There was resistance against them, and when Japan began to lose, the Thais rose up more and more against the Japanese, until by the end of the war, Thailand had sided with the Allies. In 1946, the King Ananda, was found shot dead in his bedroom. It's still a mystery to this day. A historical true crime, if you will. But his younger brother, King Bhumibol, became king. He became Rama IX and was king until 2016, one of the longest reigning monarchs in the world. During that time, Thailand developed rapidly in terms of industrialization and manufacturing. It really helped that they had close ties with the United States, especially during the Vietnam War. U.S. troops were stationed in Thailand, and still are today, I want to say. But they had a lot of economic help from the United States that led to this very, very fast buildup of industry in Thailand. They had a huge economic boom throughout the 1980s that would crash in 1997, as it did in many Southeast Asian countries. It was pretty dire, but they would eventually bounce back. Also in 2004, the big Christmas tsunami swept through, devastated a lot of Thailand, especially, like I said, there's a lot of really beautiful touristy areas down here, especially Phuket, where this tsunami hit. So that was also very devastating. There have been other hiccups in Thailand's history. Protests that ended with brutality from the government and the police. The country was run by a military junta from 2014 to 2019. The king passed away in 2016, so the new king, Rama X, took the throne. And, it's been an unstable government with a stable economy, which is very unusual in the world because usually one will greatly affect the other. But Thailand and the Thai people have just kept marching on and, embracing their very beautiful country and culture and traditions, while the government, dukes it out through so many different coups I can't even begin to describe. how many there have been. It's been very unstable for the politicians in Thailand, but the Thai people in general, you know, are just living their everyday lives. A very modernized country with very ancient traditions. It's so neat. So, that is essentially the history of Thailand. Let me flip through this book and we'll look at some fantastic pictures. Watch on top. Right there. Let's look at some pictures of Thailand. Starting off here. This is what I think when I think of Thailand. Beaches and beautiful scenery together. Let's see what we've got. We've got some monks here. It says they're collecting alms for the day. Their boats there. This is Aitea, the ruins of it. Still standing today. Very beautiful, beautiful sight. Here's a political map of Thailand. And this is the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, which we'll see a picture of later in this book. Very, very sacred relic. This is a traditional Thai greeting. It's called a Y. And this is Phuket. Gorgeous, jungly, humid, hot, but beautiful beach. My camera's at a weird angle. I'm trying to get it right. They're going for an elephant ride here in the jungle. This is the Mekong River. Oops, this is the Mekong River. And let me move pencil. It's about to roll off. This is Doi Intanon, the highest point in Thailand. And this is on the, this is in northern Thailand. So you can see the deforestation that has taken place to create farmland. Not in recent years, in very ancient years. Here's a physical map. You can see all the many different rivers that I didn't mention, but there's so many up here. And let's see, he's got tons of rice there on his shoulder. And let's see, this is a coconut plantation, it says. That's really beautiful. This picture here is Mueng Bron in Samut Prakan. This is an outdoor museum. It says that has lots of relics from the past. And this down here is Udon Thani, which is in Isan. It is very rainy during the monsoon season and very hot during the hot season. Umbrellas for both occasions. This is an area that's been chopped up to make farmland. The rains come and washes away all the topsoil and creates this kind of environment. So sometimes it's best not to chop down all the trees, you know. Here's a gorgeous waterfall, one of the many beautiful ones in Thailand. This is in Khao Yai National Park. And this is after the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004. And what Phuket looked like after the tsunami. Look at this tiger. Tiger burning bright. Gorgeous. The lotuses there going for a little wade. Beautiful butterfly here. Now I think it's on the next page. Let me see. Nope, it's on the page after this. Okay. There's a snake coming up, just so you know. Beautiful forest area. Can you see? Gorgeous. Beautiful orchids and very sweet little tapirs. They remind me of like pigs, but they're not. They're just little guys. Oh, it says they're related to deer down here. Okay, it's on the next page. Let me see where this snake is. Yeah, it's on the page after this. Okay. I will warn you, just in case anyone watching has a snake phobia. I don't want to unrelax people during a relaxation video, but look at the gorgeous rainforest here. Here's a very sweet Asiatic black bear. Asian bears are so cute. Their little shape there on their chest. And yes, this is where Siamese cats come from. they're such beautiful animals, but if you know your cat breed, Siamese cats are so loud and they talk all the time. It is their screechy meow nonstop, but they are some of the most affectionate cats. They're just so personable. Okay, let me cover up the snake on here. Here's a picture of some mangrove trees that grow along the coast in the swampy, salty water. Here comes the snake, so darken your screen, look away if you have a snake phobia. But this is a reticulated python. I love snakes. This is probably my favorite species of snake, actually. I love reticulated pythons, but they do live in Thailand. And now the snake is gone, so if you have a snake phobia, feel free to look back now. But here's a big old monitor lizard. They're pretty cool. And a hornbill. It's a pretty bird. And this is actually a sparrow or a swift nest. And these are collected to make soup out of. Apparently it's like amazingly delicious and it's this incredible delicacy, but it just sounds so weird to me that they make soup out of birds' nests. Here's a sweet little shark. These kind of sharks can't hurt you. These are the sweet sharks, the ones that are just shaped like ovals. They're good sharks. And this is a mud skipper. It's a fish. It looks like a little missing link, doesn't it? It's got little legs and they crawl around and they can climb trees. Very bizarre. And of course we have the elephants. My favorite. That's why we have Topple here. And there's a sweet baby. And of course it's Asian elephants that live in Thailand. They're a lot smaller than African elephants and they have smaller ears. And the females don't grow tusks, but African elephants, males and females, grow tusks. That's how you can tell the difference. Here's a beautiful Buddha statue. And here's what the various empires looked like in the year 1000 before the Thai people would come into what's now Thailand here. This is Sukhothai. Looks like a big old temple here and the remains of a palace. This is a beautiful, huge Buddha in Sukhothai. And this window here is where the king would look out upon the Buddha and, shout out to the people below. They weren't allowed to see the king's face. So you could speak to them from that little window. The various Thai kingdoms. You can see Ayutthaya was all orange here. Lana's up here. And there's Sukhothai. And early Sukhothai, apparently. This is in Ayutthaya. Beautiful row of Buddhas there. And let's see, this is a depiction of Thonburi. This is another view of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, built in the 1780s. This is King Mongkut, whom you know as the king from the movie The King and I, or the musical, I should say, The King and I, which it talks about here how it's a highly inaccurate movie and it's not allowed to be shown in Thailand because it depicts the king as kind of like a moron. I think it's a sweet movie, but King Mongkut was a brilliant scientist and he loved innovation and technology, so he was definitely not like a stubborn moron. This is King Chulalongkorn, and the son of Mongkut, actually. Some territorial losses. You can see the British took this, the French took all this. Yeah, lots of negotiations in order to keep their independence. This is a Japanese soldier in Thailand. And let's see, that's King Ananda and King Bhumibol and their mother. It's a rice farmer here. Looks like they're plowing the field and building a car. Lots of page turning sounds for you in this book. This was during the economic crash. You can see they have no money. And it's a polling station for election day. Very few elections have happened in Thailand, but they have happened. This is a very busy day in front of the National Assembly. Oh, this is a protest, it says. Good for them. And this is what used to happen during protests. This was in 1973. Not so much anymore, thankfully. This is King Bhumibol and his wife. He was still alive when this book came out, so this talks about him. But he passed away, like I said, in 2016. This was the Prime Minister when this book came out. And the National Assembly members here. And the Supreme Court. I hope you like page turning sounds. I do. Let's see. This guy just got elected governor of Bangkok. And this is a Garuda, an ancient mythological creature, and is a symbol of Thai royalty. One of the former prime ministers. And a political rally here. Here's the flag of Thailand. Let's read about it. It says, across Thailand, the national flag is raised every morning at 8 o'clock and lowered every evening at 6 o'clock. The Thai flag, introduced by King Vajiraphat in 1917, or Rama VI, has horizontal stripes of red, white, and blue. The two red stripes symbolize the land and its people. The white stripes represent the purity of Buddhism, the nation's main religion. The wide blue band across the center stands for the monarchy. Before 1917, the flag had a picture of a white elephant against a red background. This is Bangkok, a very big bustling city. Here's a close-up map of some of the sights to see in Bangkok. You can see the Chao Phraya River snaking through. And this is the Grand Palace, one of the former homes of the king. It's now a museum, I believe. Some tourists getting a ride on this Bevel Tusker here. A really cool picture of rice farming. Collecting rubber. She looks very proud to be collecting rubber from the rubber tree. And we've got some fishermen getting ready to go out and catch some fish. Resources map. You can see there are lots and lots of resources. You can see all of the livestock and rice farming is in yellow. Lots of it. And very famously in Thailand, you can go up in your boat and buy fruit from the vendors in their boats. Floating market, that's the word I'm looking for. The currency of Thailand is the baht. What are they doing here? They're watching TV out in the street. Oh, gorgeous. There's very many different ethnic tribes and cultures in Thailand that have magnificent clothes. And the market here, it says they're Chinese Thais. And some Malay Thais here. Looks like they're going to mosque because they got their shoes off. And Hmong people as well. This is an Akha woman, it says. She's got some really interesting gourd pottery there. It's really cool. And very famously, the Padong women wear these neck bands. I feel like everyone's seen a picture of women wearing these at some point. You can see a population map. You can see that most people live in this area in Bangkok. And it's spread out everywhere else. Some police women getting trained. Working hard in school. An example of the Thai script here. It says, beware of monkeys snatching your purse. Something to be very aware of in Thailand. A beautiful golden Buddha. I picked gold nails because I really loved all the golden statues of Buddha I saw while researching Thailand. Some monks here collecting some donations and food. And I like this temple here. It's a Sikh temple, and some of the babies running around, which I think is great. And let's see. Oh, how beautiful. So this is depicting, let me bring it close so you can see because it's very small. There's Buddha under the tree becoming enlightened. I just messed up everything over here to show you that picture. Let me put that back. There we go. All right. Some monks here studying, and some nuns here having a procession of some kind. This is the Emerald Buddha, very, very sacred relic. And some beautiful wats, or very tiny little temples, usually with the relic inside. And a beautiful mosque here. Gorgeous building. And there's Ganesha, the Hindu god. That's Judah right there. Oh, what a great picture. Ancient traditions, modern arts. Ancient and modern. I like that picture. I love the lounging Buddha statues. I think they're my favorite Buddha statues. This is another picture of Ayutthaya, the ruins there. And busy, bustling Bangkok. A very beautiful Thai painting here of a scene from the Ramayana, it says. And here's the National Museum. Lots of cool relics and artwork in there. Some beautiful lacquerware, beautifully, intricately designed. I was reading this the other day. This American guy moved to Thailand after World War II. He loved the textiles of Thailand, and he helped revitalize the silk industry in Thailand. And then he went hiking in Malaysia and was never seen again. He disappeared. A silversmith here, crafting some beautiful artwork, playing a Thai xylophone here. And gorgeous theater dancing performances. I think that's so beautiful and so intricate. And some more dancers posing there. Just hustle and bustle, daily life. Hua Hin Railway here. And look at this, a traditional Thai house built in the jungle. They're getting married, having a very traditional ceremony. And fishing village here up on stilts. They can easily get to their boats. Look at these elephants. It says they're celebrating New Year and they're spraying water everywhere from their trunks. And a beautiful lantern festival. They float candles on the river. Playing some soccer, you know, like you normally do, just regular, average, everyday soccer. No, it's elephant soccer. And these are little ones, too. Look at this beautiful, this is food. This is very intricately carved out vegetables. It's crazy. So cool. Tiger Woods, who's half Thai. And a Thai sport, what's it called? Takra. It looks like volleyball with your feet. It sounds kind of fun. Kite flying is huge in Southeast Asia. Lots of kite festivals. They're on the Sky Train here. And this is a tuk-tuk, typical taxi that you'll find in Thailand and a lot of Southeast Asia. I think we're almost done. Oh, we are done. All right then. So that is it for Thailand. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put Topple up over here. That's better. I hope you could hear that well. Anyway, that's good old Topple. If you're new to my channel, Topple appears in any elephant-themed video. But thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you found this video relaxing and educational. And like I said, as of now, I have covered every single country in the world. Next, we'll visit Antarctica because I feel like we should just include Antarctica. And that will be that for that. Can you imagine? I feel so accomplished. I hope you've all enjoyed the journey. Thank you for coming along with me. And I hope that you have a very good night.